everybody. Hey, Lynda. Hi.
Hello. Hi, Sherry.
Hello. I'm Sherry Richert Belul, author of Say It Now and a high performance coach. And I'm here with Lynda Allen, who is an artist, a poet, and an author with Living Heartfully. And Lynda, thanks for popping by today.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
What we're talking about, and I love your gameness about this, that we didn't plan out what we were going to talk about, but we know that the topic is, I happen to see you post about something called an amazing people party. Is that right?
Yes, absolutely. That's it.
So it caught my eye. The idea is wonderful. I think it's perfect during the pandemic. Let's just hop in. Tell me, what is an amazing people party?
Okay. It's a party where you invite people to bring someone with them who they think is amazing. And then during the party, they get to share what's amazing about that person. So you get to meet all of these amazing people. Now, I did this in person years ago when we could have parties in person, but I think it would be great to be able to do it online, because one of the limitations is that if your amazing person lives far away, then they would have to travel to come to your party.
I know, and was it your idea to do this?
Yes, it started from a sad place, actually. My friend Joni, her mother Nita, had passed away, and I went to her memorial service, and I had never met her mother. And I heard all these incredible things about this woman that I could have met, there was a chance I could have met her. She didn't live far from me, but I never had the opportunity. And I promised myself that day at her memorial service that I would have an amazing people party, because she sounded amazing. And I felt so sad that I had missed an opportunity to meet this amazing person. So I promised myself that I would find a way to have an amazing people party so we could not miss those opportunities.
This just touches my heart so much, right? Because it's like, as you know, because I'm often saying that, like, that there's so many opportunities where we can sometimes regret that we didn't do something. But what I love is that you immediately, pretty soon thereafter, actually did something about that. Like, so that, like,
Yes.
I want to have that regret. I want to live. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
No, it's okay. It was that same year, as I was getting towards the end of the year, I was thinking about, because my 50th birthday was coming up. And so I was thinking about, what I want to do to celebrate my 50th birthday. And I thought about the amazing people party. I said, what better way to celebrate my birthday than to get to meet all these amazing people? And so I just put those two things together, and I threw myself a 50th birthday amazing people party. And it was so much fun. And one of the really, really wonderful things about it was that it was a gift to the person who was your amazing person, because they see themselves through somebody else's eyes. So like your love lists, right? It's basically a love list that you get to tell the person to their face in front of a bunch of other people. So you got to say what you think is amazing about this person. And honestly, it could have been somebody that I already knew, but I didn't know these amazing things about that person. So we have labels for people that they're somebody's friend or somebody's mom or whatever, but they could have lived an incredible life that we didn't know about. And so this was an opportunity to learn about them, but also to give them the gift of seeing themselves through somebody else's eyes. And one of the amazing people, at least one, wrote to one of the person who brought them to the party afterwards, and just really was very emotional about how that felt to them, to be seen that way through somebody else's. So it was this really cool gift for them.
Oh, Lynda, there are so many layers to this, right? Like, that's the thing that I love. And I was actually, just before talking to you, I was telling someone a little about the work I do, and exactly that, right? I was saying, like, my hope is that everyone can feel seen and appreciated and loved, and to know they matter. And
yes.
I hadn't even really connected, I just knew I loved your idea, but it's wonderful that it's such a perfect match in that way.
Yeah, I really, when I was thinking about it leading up to this, I was like, it is kind of like those love lists, letting people know what you love about them. And they didn't have to be, though they could have been, people who had received wonderful accolades and awards and things like that. They could have just been average, everyday people that are amazing in ways that you just wouldn't have known about. And it was really wonderful to get to know those things. Though some people were, I will let you know, a little uncomfortable being in the spotlight. Not everybody liked that part of it. But my sister, one of my sisters, because it was my birthday, got me a really cool crown that said amazing person on it. And everybody who got introduced during the party got to wear the crown. And I couldn't find the wand, but they had a little wand with a butterfly on it. They got to sit on the stage with their crown and their wand and be introduced by their friend or their relative to the whole crowd. And it was really fun.
So you actually, I mean, again, we're talking pre-pandemic. So it's back in the time when you could actually have people in one location.
Yeah.
And I love that you had like a stage where they could.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, I know people felt awkward about it, but it also was really just a beautiful gift for them too.
And you know, I'm someone who I think being uncomfortable can really help us grow, right? Like, I mean, in the circumstances, and that's one of them where it's like giving a love list to someone is the same way. Sometimes people are really uncomfortable receiving that. But
yes, and we often have trouble receiving, don't we?
So I love that that's another layer of what you're offering, right? Another layer of what you're offering is to help people become a little more comfortable receiving love.
Yes.
Really, that's simple.
And it was so beautiful to witness all of that. Really was. And one of the things, if people do have it eventually in person, is that we gave them a lot of lead time so that they could plan for their person to be here if they did need to come from out of town. So if you do have the party in person, it is good to make sure you plan it pretty far in advance.
So the reason that I thought this was also so great for right now, even though I know it would probably lose some of those elements if it's not in person, but everybody's looking for some new things to do with their Zoom gatherings.
Yeah.
And a lot of us are not out in the world meeting new people the way that we usually do. And so when I heard this idea and I thought, wow, how fun would that be to have a Zoom party? It could be for someone's birthday, or it could just be an amazing people party.
Oh, I think everybody should have an amazing people party. But yeah, I mean, think about it. What if you made it a theme and everybody brought someone who's in the medical profession right now, you know, and had them be your amazing person? What a gift that would be. So yeah, I think it's a perfect time to do it.
Oh my gosh, you just opened up my mind to a first, you know, like, oh, because we could bring our moms or our sisters.
Oh yeah. You could definitely have a theme.
It could be a way in so many ways, just like you were saying anyway, like some of us live so far apart, we may not see each other in person, even if there weren't a pandemic.
Yes.
So we don't necessarily meet each other's, you know, even your significant other. I mean, there's so many ways. It could be your best friend.
And you may have told somebody you know about them, but you know, you didn't go into detail. And we gave everybody a certain allotment of time to introduce their person so that, you know, it didn't go on too long. But yeah, everybody had that opportunity. There was, I think, one or two people who opted not to introduce them because their person just really was uncomfortable being introduced. If you were on Zoom, you could do it in potentially even in breakout rooms and have people introduce them in smaller groups. So it wouldn't maybe feel as overwhelming if you're not in front of a huge group.
Great idea, right? Or you could tailor it to what feels comfortable. It could be, you know, 5 people and they each bring their favorite person.
Yeah. It can be as big or small as you want. Absolutely.
And that's the thing that I love about your idea is that it feels to me like people can make it their own in such a way that whatever works for who you are and who your people are and who their amazing people are.
Yes. And I love that. I really love the idea of just everybody having an amazing people party because everybody knows someone who is amazing in different ways, right? So I think it's incredible to have that opportunity to share that person with everybody else. Like my amazing person was my friend Vicky, who had hiked most of the length of New Zealand entirely by herself. And it was incredible. And she had followed her heart so truly. She had quit her job and made this huge plan to go travel New Zealand and hike that trail. And it was really, there were so many challenges along the way. And she's amazing.
So what you would do is you would introduce Vicky and tell a story like that. Would it be a couple minutes or?
Yeah, I can't remember exactly how long we gave people, but I'm probably 3 to 5 minutes.
I love that. Right. Like, so that also
it wasn't overwhelming for anybody to try to put together a whole bio on the person, you know, just tell us a little bit about what you know about them and what makes them so amazing. And it was so heartfelt. It really was so moving to watch people get to share that about somebody they love.
Yeah. Lynda, I'm just really appreciating this. Over the weekend, I did a couple of love list parties, right, where we make love lists. People share, even though that person isn't there, but they share about them. And I'm thinking this would be one next step, even more intimate because they're sharing while the person's there.
Yes.
But I had said, a few times, like, oh, it's just so uplifting to hear why people love somebody, right?
Yes. Yes.
So I'm excited. And while we're talking, another idea just dropped in for me, which was we could even expand it that like I could invite an amazing person and invite that amazing person to bring her amazing person.
Sure.
So you could have even
huge.
It could be huge, or it could even just be that maybe I only invite 3 people, but they each invite an amazing person who invites an amazing. I mean, there's all sorts of ways to do it.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, because even in non-pandemic times, I know that a lot of times I'm around the same kinds of people. I work in personal growth, so a lot of the people I know are coaches and authors and speakers. How fun is it to get to know people in a whole different realm?
Yes, exactly.
And I love your party. I'm so excited.
And really, it was such fun. It was a very joyful experience. And I was so glad to be able to, and my friend Joni was there. And so I was able to introduce it in honor of her mother, which was a really nice for me to be able to honor her mother that way, even though I hadn't had the chance to meet her. So that was really sweet. And sadly, actually, 2 of the people that were amazing people have passed since then. So the gift of that for me, even though the sadness is that I got to introduce these people to more people. So more people got to know this amazing person while they were still here. And that was, what had prompted the whole thing in the first place. So it was kind of this nice full circle kind of thing.
Oh, Lynda, that is beautiful. And I'm really glad that you also brought it back to, do you know Joni's mom's name?
Nita.
Nita.
Yeah, like our friend Nita.
Yeah, like I just wanted to say that. Like right now, even though Nita isn't here, nor Joni is, but that their spirit is with us. And even in this kind of situation, I guess I'm so moved by that, how people can leave a legacy that it just they may not have even ever imagined that would be part of their legacy.
Yeah, and it's nice because people celebrate your life after you're not with them anymore, and this was an opportunity to celebrate somebody while they're there in front of you. You know what? It was a beautiful gift to give them.
Oh, I love it. I love it so much. And I know I've kept you a little bit longer than we'd said we were going to do a quick 10 minutes, but I knew we'd have a lot to say. And I'm so excited about it. And is there anything that you haven't had a chance to say about it that you think, oh, I would love to say this?
I don't think so, other than I just really encourage people to do it. I think everybody should take the idea and make it their own and have their own amazing people party, because it's something I will never forget. I was going through the photographs as I was preparing for this, and really just brought tears to my eyes to see everybody and to bring up those memories again. It was really fun. I would have another one, so absolutely encourage everybody else to do it.
And again, I just want to express how grateful I am to you. I mean, you were just so willing when I said like, oh, let's get on and do something with it, and then I can send it out to other people. And I just think it speaks so much about who you are. And I know this about you, right? You just have such a big heart for connecting with people and for celebrating. And
well, yes, that's something that's really important to me is connecting heart to heart, and that was a way to, birthday parties can be so. I don't know. I didn't want my 50th birthday party to be about me. I wanted it to be about the heart, and that's what we were really sharing about these people, was the amazing things that their heart brings them to do, and I couldn't see any better way to celebrate than that.
Well, before we go, I just want to say I celebrate you, Lynda, for being such an amazing person with such a big heart and so much love to give, and I feel lucky. I mean, I know we've never met in person, but
it seems so weird to me that we haven't met in person, because I feel like we've been friends forever already. So
I know.
Feeling this whole pandemic thing.
Oh, thank you so much, Lynda.
Thank you, Sherry. It's been a joy.
It has been. Mwah.
Thank you.